Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching this on the replay, which you probably are on YouTube, welcome to my living room. It's messy here and there, but that's okay. We have so much stuff here to go through. We're going to get our friends on the old TikToker on. So if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to fast forward just a little bit, and then we will get to all the goodies. All right, here we go. Woo. TikTok. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. We have so many things that are wonderful. All right. Can't wait to see who is going to be our first person in today. Let's find out. Again, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, feel free to fast forward. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and ding buttons and things like that. Honey, she just look at me like, what is she talking about? She's lost her mind. Logan is the first one in, and Dawn. Welcome in, you guys. This is going to be epic. We have a haul. You can't even see all of it because it goes over to the area that the camera doesn't cover. So yeah, we got some fire today. Such a good day. So much vintage. So much vintage. So much made in the USA. We got 70s vintage, 80s, 90s, Y2K. I've been garage sailing for over a year now. And a couple weekends ago, last weekend, we got a lot of vintage. We got a lot of Y2K. I think this might be the weekend where I got the most like 80s made in the USA vintage. And when you guys find out how little of money I spent today for this, you're going to freak out. All right, who do we got in here? Hilla, August, I see you guys. Awakened, welcome in. And Samantha, welcome Molly. Peach Magnolia is here. Hello, I'm happy to see you. We're going to get cooking on this stuff here in just a minute. I filled up the entire car again. So it was a crazy Saturday. God's here. Yay. This is the first time I'm streaming on YouTube too, God, for the unboxing. Justin had to totally come up with this makeshift way to make this happen. If you guys can see behind the scenes here, you crack up. There's wires and things going everywhere. He put a fan in the dog bed in front of it. It was like, wife, don't walk through it. Oh my goodness. Hey, Barbara. Tracy's here. Yay. Dee's here. I see you. And Rose. We're going to get going here in just a second. I'm just letting everybody jump on because I know I got 3 messages today on TikTok that were like, are you doing unboxing? I can't wait for it. What time are you doing it? So I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to get on here. Pat in Fort Collins, Colorado. I know exactly where that is. I've got family from there. Thanks, you guys, for sharing this out too. Thank you in advance for the hearts. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for all the stuff. Now, while we're doing this, if I miss any of your questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, I am absolutely not trying to ignore you. I'm just trying to pay attention to this, pay attention to this. And I also have a very spicy brain that is all over the place on all moments of every day of my life. Like my head is just like this. It's like my brain is just doing jumping jacks all the time. So I get distracted easy. Hey, Christy. Hey, Pablito. And Rose is here. Oh, thank you for the follow. You get a new follower. And Donnie. Okay, you guys. So let's talk about garage sailing today. I've got my handy dandy notebook here. I can't show you guys everything because obviously there's people's addresses and stuff on there. But here's what we did. So I got started at 7 this morning. I think I pulled out of the driveway at about 7:10, 7:15. I usually like to get out the door by 7, but there was so many garage sales. So normally what I do is on Friday nights, I sit down with my notebook. I get on Craigslist. I get on the Facebook places. I get everywhere that I could figure out to find garage sales. Nextdoor, groups, marketplace, all of those kind of things. And I get them written down. And then I kind of map it out. I divide it into a couple different cities. because I go to 3 different towns when I do this. Now, the towns I go to are literally like bing, 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 and I am the town in the middle. I live in an area where literally it's like a long line of a highway, and the towns just kind of run vertically on there. So I usually hit all 3 if I can in a day. It just depends on how many I get to, right? So today we started out at about 7:10. Right down the street here was the very first garage sale. So that was insane. That wasn't even on the list. My corner neighbors down here, we were able to score a couple things. I didn't even have change yet. So I had to give the lady quarters and dimes I found in the car because I hadn't even gotten to the gas station to get change. So I'm giving her dimes. I'm like, I'm really sorry. She's like, hey, money spends, right? Whatever, doesn't matter. So that's where we started out. We ended up hitting a total of 3 community sales today, which was amazing. Each of those community sales had around 9-ish or more garage sales in it. And then I also had other garage sales outside of community sales. Now, I counted 36 today. It may have been more. When Justin was unloading the car, we were really thinking about how much stuff I had gotten. I think maybe it was more than 36, but we're going to call it 36 because that's what I counted it at. And then what was our expenditures today? Let's take a look. I always like to kick this off to you because otherwise people ask the whole time, like, how much did you spend? What is your profits going to be? So I figured we just kick this off at the beginning. So 36 sales I counted. We went out with cash. I spent $132 total. We spent $127 in cash and spent $5 on Vendu at one, or not Vendu, that's my cross-listing app, on Venmo. We spent $5 on Venmo, $127 in cash for a total of $132. And when you guys see what we got for $132, it's crazy. So if you are a reseller, get a little hearts on there. If you guys have any advice while we're doing this, if you're a fellow reseller, please feel free to give advice. There is no wrong advice. There's a million ways to do this. And if you're newer or you have questions, there are any question is on the table. If it has to do with reselling, don't feel bad if you don't know something. If I say something that doesn't make sense to you, please ask, because that's how we all learned, right? Hey, Spencer. Hey, Spencer, guys, if you guys aren't following Spencer out west here, follow her. She does mad thrifting. She had an unboxing today that was amazing. Pair of shoes for like, what'd you get those shoes for? $2, and they're like $200 and something shoes. Like, she is amazing. I got a great one today at a thrift store. Yeah, Noah. All right. If I missed anybody else saying anything, I apologize in advance. Let's get this kicked off. We got 62 people in here today, and we're ready to rock and roll. By the way, hi to everybody on YouTube. If you're watching, feel free to ask questions. I will try to get to the chat. The computer screen's kind of small, so if I don't see it, I got to bust out old eyes here to make it happen. Okay, let's get going here. We're going to start with our first bag. I figured I'd do something a little different today and save my back since I've been digging through garage sale boxes all day. And I figured that I would be smart about this and get a really fancy table here. It's a box. So we're going to put this stuff up here. And I think we're going to have an easier time looking at things together than me, killing my back. Okay. First thing here. Now, what kind of seller am I? I get this question a lot, and I would say that I am a 50% aesthetic seller, meaning I sell things because I know what's popular. I know how to use key and trigger words. You're going to hear me talk a lot about that. And I know what will sell mainly on Depop. I am a Depop girl. I sell the majority of my stuff on Depop, although eBay's been popping for the last 24 hours. I've gotten a ton of sales over there. But I generally sell most of my stuff on Depop. So I really go for Y2K aesthetic. I also buy name brand stuff, but I really love vintage. Vintage is my heart. Vintage is my go-to. Band t-shirts, grunge, any of that. If you are interested in any of that kind of stuff or need to learn more about it, I'm definitely your girl for that. Okay, let's get started here with our first thing. So this was at one of the community sales. This was the first community sale I went to. And let me get up here, I think. Let me know, give me hearts if you guys like the view that I'm giving you here. Is this a good, am I close enough to the camera? Am I too far? Can you not hear me? I would love some feedback. Rose, thank you for all of the love. Give me a little bit of feedback, guys. Is my voice a good octave? Is the clothing in good distance? Can you see it? Peach says yes. Jennifer says yes. Oh, shout out to Vicky. Vicky's one of my subscribers. Yeah, Vicky. Hey, girl. Spencer says it's perfect. All right, getting started here. So first thing we've got is an Ariat button up. Now, this isn't a pearl snap, but it's an Ariat. This is a brand that if you are not picking this up and snoozing on it, you are leaving a ton of money at the table. Ariat has a 100% sell-through rate. If you list Ariat in your store and it doesn't sell for some reason, then you have spelled it incorrectly, you've put the wrong size on it, or your asking price is, way too high. So one of the greatest tools I use is on eBay. They've got the product search there. I go in there. I kind of see demographically what things are selling for right now. I take that along with the sell similars, what I know I've sold something for recently, and then I go from there. So this is a little Ariat. This is a, let's see, this is a size. This is why we get the eyeballs out. This is a size small. So would I like for it to be bigger? Of course I would like for it to be bigger, but it's great. It's got the vented top. And these will sell. Easy flip. All right. Next up, we've got a Columbia. Now, Columbia isn't something I always pick up. It's got to have something special to it. It either one needs to be vintage, so older or early Y2K, meaning not vintage but retro. We're talking like 2008 to like 2014 at the very latest. Anything newer on Columbia, I'm a little bit more picky. The market got a bit saturated. A lot of places started carrying Columbia. It's not as elite of a brand as it used to be. So you want to just be a little bit cognizant of that. Now, this is a fishing shirt. Man, wish I had this earlier in the season, but it'll still sell. It may just sit a minute longer in my store than had I been able to, have it at the beginning of the season. It does have a zip pocket. It is definitely not a Y2K. Because I can tell from the Columbia tag, most of the Columbia stuff will be dated. This one looks like it is a 2020. So definitely not retro, definitely modern, but still a good flip. I'll probably get $3 less than I would have gotten at the beginning of the season, but that's okay. Now I am what is called a turn and burn seller. So I bring in massive quantities of stuff. I try to push it out of my store as fast as humanly possible. So I'm the kind of person, I'll take a $2 hit here or there because what I'm getting my stuff for is cheap. I buy at garage sales. I don't even go to thrift stores. I've never been to the bins. I've been to Goodwill in our town once and our little thrift store 4 times. That's it. So this is all garage sale stuff. All of these shirts you're seeing were $2 a piece. So even if I take $1 or 2 hit, meaning I'm selling it for a little less than anybody else is on the market, I'm still going to make a ton of money off of it. Here is another Ariat. This is a medium. This one will sell a little bit easier. Really nice. It's got the Ariat pocket in here. And if you look in Ariat pockets, a lot of times it'll also have this little pin slot. So don't snooze on that when you're listing. I have found more and more of these Ariat shirts with that in there because these are considered a workwear shirt. They'll have pin slots. They also can have secret pockets and all sorts of stuff. Also make sure that you're getting a picture of that Ariat logo when you do it on the back. People want to see that it's got that embroidered stitching because they want to show that they have gotten that. Spencer says, I'll take you to the bin. Spencer, I'm going to take you up on that. I would love to learn some more women's brands and stuff too. Of course, I'm going to be fighting those t-shirt bros there. Hey, there's the Riz Rise. Riz, you came up in conversation at a garage sale today. I'm going to wait to tell you what it was until we come to the shirt. Mike's here. Hey, Mike. I'm happy to see you guys. Yeah. Pinky. Okay. All right. Nice little Ariat button down shirt buttons on the top. $2. Next one we've got is, this is not a brand I was familiar with. So this is called Moonshine. It is a large, but the reason I got it is 2 reasons. One, it's got pearl snaps, really, really cool, interesting. But the feel of this is just so unique. I don't know that I've ever had anything that's felt like it. It's 100% cotton, but it has this like soft knit feel. Riz probably can tell me what this feel is. It is one of the softest shirts I've ever felt in my life, yet it also has like that heavy feeling to it. So it's not like a chambray or anything because it doesn't have that like flowy feel. It's a little bit heavier, but it also has the double point pockets here in the front. I have a feeling that even if this brand isn't huge, maybe someone knows this brand, but even if this brand isn't huge, this is going to sell just because of the pattern. So some of the trigger words, keywords with this one is going to be Santa Fe, rodeo, country western, western wear, cowboy core, city. On most of your western stuff now, you should also be putting city in your descriptions down below because western wear is so big right now. I mean, Post Malone's making western songs. When you see Post Malone making western songs, you know that it's super hot. So that was $2. All right, guys, we have so much stuff here tonight, so I'm going to try not to linger on anything too long because we literally have hundreds of pieces. Okay, this was a brand that I have to thank everybody in here about. I did not know about Cinch until I did my first live on here. I'd gotten a pair of Cinch jeans. Up where I'm from in Washington State, we didn't have that. Nobody had that. I'd never seen that brand before. So I got a nice little Cinch shirt. This is a medium. 100% cotton, just a real simple basic shirt, workwear, western, all those things. It's got a little embroidery. Most of this stuff I think will probably wind up selling on eBay or Poshmark. I would be surprised about a lot of this on Depop, but you never know, right? Okay, next one we have is another brand. Now, I've been picking this one up. It has sold. It's not a huge money brand, but if you can get this for a couple bucks, this was $2 at the garage sale. Again, I got it. We've got the point tip Western double pockets. We've got the clear pearl snaps. And it's one of the nice lightweight breathable ones. So this is a nice, easy sell. It's got the point back with the straight line. Nice, easy plaid. This right here, you can do all sorts of descriptive words with this. You can do Western, Western wear, Western core, Wild West. But because of the plaid and everything too, don't forget to put things like holiday, Christmas, and that kind of stuff, plaids, in your descriptions right now. You can pull them out later if you want, but this could sell for an office party, for a Christmas party. So anything with reds or greens, I'm sticking that in all my listings. If you go into like eBay, you can search things by, you know, if you put the colors in your descriptions, you can filter it out and you can pop Christmas, holiday party, workwear, or not workwear, work party, date night, New Year's, all that kind of stuff in there. Cinch, also rodeo. Thank you, Peach. Yes, absolutely. Guys love, is it Ellie or Eli? Is it like E-L-I-E or Ellie? I don't know how to pronounce that one. Yeah, so I'd love to know that. Okay, next one we've got here is a Wrangler Rancher. Now, this would not normally be a super pickup. If you guys see this in, you know, the thrift store for $7.99 or something, do not get it. You're not going to make enough money back on it. However, I got this because it was $2. It also has the pearl snap. It's got the slant Western pocket, but it also is paisley. Now, the great thing about paisley is you can do Woodstock, hippie, boho chic. The descriptive words that you can get there and put in there for something like this, there's just so many. And that's one of the things I'm really thinking about when I'm doing this kind of stuff is like, what can I put in those descriptions to be able to trigger that? Another one here, we've got another little Wrangler. This is another ranch wear shirt. Same situation. We got pearl snaps. This is a softer cotton, pronounced like Eli. Okay. I'm hoping I'm Spencer. I hope I'm saying that right. I figured it was Eli, but I wasn't sure. So newer brand to me. Guys, I haven't been doing this in Texas that long. So all this Western wear is just stuff have been getting. Here's a brand I always pick up if it's inexpensive. So Denim and Flower, this for me is like a bread and butter brand. I wouldn't pay more than like $3 for this though, because you're just not going to make your profit margins not going to be as much. I mean, this is probably going to sell for like after everything we wheel and deal, maybe like $12.50. But the reason I got this one is for a very specific aesthetic that is booming right now If you guys Google it, you'll find it, and it's called Eclectic Grandpa. So Riz came up with a great way of saying it. She said it is like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones meets Kramer from Seinfeld. And then my son also said it's like a grandpa, like rockabilly grandpa is kind of another way of saying that. So that's what I'm going to tag this one, and I expect this one to probably go pretty quickly because of that. Another area here, we got this one for $2 as well. Great stitching. I mean, these literally look like they were worn maybe one time. This is a medium fitted, wrinkle free, just in really good, really good condition. Just, I mean, most of these shirts don't even really look like they've been worn much. Another Wrangler Rancher Pearl Snap. This one's got the short sleeve. This is gonna get Eclectic Grandpa. Think about like the Big Lebowski kind of like look, that like rockabilly bowling kind of situation, that mixed with like Kingpin. Think of what a rich grandpa living in Florida would wear, and that's what's really becoming popular right now everywhere. Okay, so we spent $2 on each of those. We have almost made, no, we probably have. I've probably already made back what I spent today, and we have bags and bags and bags of this. All right, another sale I went to, this was the exact same community. Let me get a little drink of water here. Same community, different people. These were all $1. So this is anything that's like John Deere, anything Hunter, anything that has anything to do with this sells for me really quickly. And I usually mark it at a really good price. And these are really good sizes. This is large. I think I've got mainly larges and extra larges. This has the double over beefy tag, so you know it's just a little bit older. Made in Cambodia, so it's probably not going to be any newer than maybe like 2016. But it's in great condition. It's barely worn, and the graphics are super crisp. I always look at these graphics. If they're already busted and cracking, it means the people washed and dried their clothes without turning them inside out. The only exception is I will pick up really rare, weird, like Y2K stuff, even if it's busted up, because some people actually want that. But that's like, you just kind of get to know the aesthetic and what to look for. Do you sell more men's or women's clothes? Men's clothes all day. Becky, I am definitely more of a men's aesthetic clothing person. It's easy for me. I could spot it a mile away. I don't know a whole lot about women's clothes because I've always worn men's clothes. So it's just something that I kind of know about. So that's what I stick with. All right. The next one here, make sure I can read this out loud. Yeah, so it's a funny little quote about hunting. I probably am not going to read it out loud just in case. But this kind of stuff just sells so easily. And you would think that like a shirt like this is only going to sell to someone that's into like hunting or fishing, and that's not true. Some t-shirty skater kid is going to get it because it's ironic that he's wearing a funny shirt about hunting and he lives in New York City. So that one is probably going to end up selling on Depop. Next one we've got here is, it says, visit the American Wild Outdoors. It's got, a buck on the front of it and a bear. It's on a Delta Pro weight. It's got the double back beefy tag. Definitely not made in the USA, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, so Honduras, which means it's probably going to be like a 2011, somewhere right in there. So that's going to be titled like a post Y2K shirt. I might even be able to get away with Y2K on that one. Next one we've got here is a Browning. I am absolutely not familiar with this at all, but it was in that pile. It was $1. It's got the double beefy tag. It's made in Honduras, so I know it's probably around that same time. A lot of clothing manufactured that we were getting over here in the Americas and from Honduras is anywhere between like 2007, 8 for some companies through like 2011 into like 2014, and then it starts to kind of transition, and you'll see more things like more like Asian based countries at that point. So cute little shirt, nothing crazy, but we'll probably get, $10, $12 on it. Yo, Blended, happy to see you. I have a hard time with women's clothing, even though I'm a woman, because I've never bought bougie. Desert, I'm with you. I am with you. The most money I ever spent on my clothing is literally what I get at concerts. I got every shirt you guys see me wear. I got it at a garage sale, or I got it at a concert, or it's one of my old vintage retro ones from Hot Topic that I bought on the clearance section way back in the day. Girl, I need to go yard selling with you. You had a lot of sales. You'd probably be fighting over stuff though. Oh yeah, Golden, it'd be tough. It'd be tough. All right. So here we've got a Remington. It's got a pew-pew on the front. On the back, it says Turkey Country. Let's see, is this dated? El Salvador. That's a beefy tag, man. So I'm going to go with, this is probably like a 2007. I'm not going to show you the front because we can't do that on the old TikToker. Okay, so all of those shirts were $1 a piece. I got these both at a different community sale. I guess someone had already been there and like gotten all of the polos. You guys know I love my Y2K Ralph Lauren polos. Not that we didn't pick some up other places, but someone had already got them. It's the end of the sale. They're basically giving stuff away. I think I got this one for 50 cents. It's got a couple little snags, but I can just trim them. This is a modern polo, but the way that I'm going to describe this one is loose, baggy, hip hop, streetwear. And a lot of this kind of stuff, I'll pick up like these little bread and butter, inexpensive, cheap things, especially if they're 50 cents or $1. I throw them in my Depop. Somebody wants to get an item that's $40, but they want to get a good deal. So I'm always like, hey, look and see what else is in the store. If you can find another item, you'll get free shipping because I do free shipping on bundles. And they'll be like, oh, that's awesome. This thing cost me nothing. I maybe sell it to them for $8-9 or something, $8. They get free shipping. I still make a profit on it. And it gets them to buy a more expensive item in my store. Another one here, long sleeve mossy oak. This is absolutely nothing that I would pick up if it was any more than 50 cents. But it's long sleeve. We're headed into that time of year. This is another one of those things that will go in my store and someone will hopefully get it because they're getting something else that'll entice them to buy something a little bit more expensive, because if they buy something else that's inexpensive, they're going to get free shipping. It's the game we play. Welcome to reselling, right? Riz. Okay, next one we got now. I get to thank some of y'all fashion divas in here. This was a pickup. I had never heard of this brand before until like 2 weeks ago on TikTok. I've seen a couple resellers that have done videos on this. I had never seen this brand before, and y'all helped me today at the yard sales. I got this. I got this for $3, I think, and it's a really cute, like one piece jumper. It looks super crazy comfortable. If I didn't want to make the bougie money on it that I know I can make, I'd probably keep it for myself for around the house. But super fire, great. It's in amazing condition. It's got the double pockets on the back. I mean, this thing is literally like so crazy. It's got like the abalone shell buttons. I mean, this is like super clutch, right? Got that for $3. Next up, same sale. I got this, which is so funny because when I went to load it in the car, I realized I got paid for getting it. So we got a dime, and then we also got a rock. So we got some sea glass, and we got 10 cents as our prizes today for doing that. Much better than the petrified cough drop we found the other day. So this is another item that I would never, I'm not getting this because it is a brand. I'm getting this because this is a vintage leather bag. The amount of trigger and keywords on this, and look at this thing, guys. It is in crazy good condition. Super clean. Zipper looks good. Let's see. Oh, it does have a name on it. NAT. NAT is our label on that. Has anyone heard of that or know anything about it? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so great. I'll be able to take just a little bit of my suede. We basically have like a nubuck leather down here and then a nice leather. Spencer, I know. Isn't this amazing? Like this piece is legit. Like, look at how clean that is. I mean, this thing is, it's gorgeous. Like, it's a great purse. So got that for $2. All righty. And moving on here to the next bag. All right. What we got? So here's something I don't pick up very often. Man, when I first started, you guys, I went plush crazy. I bought all the plush in the world. I bought any plush. I bought every plush. I still have plush. I will be doing whatnot shows for plush at some point. And I've sold a lot. I've made a lot of money on plush, but the amount of money I make on it is so little. Ooh, I love that with the string of lights. Riz, was that you? The Riz does that. The Riz does those lights, those Edison bulb lights. Those are my favorite. Yeah, yeah. Spencer's like, I might need that one. Okay, so this is not something I would normally pick up. However, I got it for two reasons. One, it's an old Disney, right? But two, it's also a Gund. So Gund is a brand of stuffed animal, most popular in the 80s. In fact, I still have my rhinoceros from when I was a kid. He has one eye, came with one eye. His name is Gundy, because I used to name my stuffed animals off of their labels. So I know that it was popular in the 80s. And this is just a nice little collab. Let's see, do we have a date on here? I don't know if we've got a date. But I would say if I had to guess by looking at this guy, I'm going to go with super early 90s, late 80s. And he is just somewhere that he'll probably sell on Poshmark. All these vintage stuffed animals I pick up from time to time always sell on Poshmark. This is a really quality Winnie the Pooh too. I mean, look at this guy. He's really adorable. My son's bedroom was Winnie the Pooh when he was little. That didn't last long because then he wanted not Winnie the Pooh, but it was Winnie the Pooh for a little bit. I believe he said 92 or 93 on what are we talking about? Did I miss that? Okay, next thing we've got, I got this at a garage sale for $1. I have no idea who that is. No clue. But I got it for a couple different reasons. So one, it's Nike. Two, it has these like ruched sleeves, which are so crazy cool. I've never seen that. And then let's take a look and see. Number 3 was the date on this. So this is a 2019. So it's still relevant enough to be called like modern. It's a little women's medium. Does anybody know who this is? It's probably like the Roadrunners, the W Roadrunners. The Pooh is 92 or 93. Okay, that's about what I was thinking. I was right in there. Gracious made it. Yeah. Hey, Shauna. Yeah, so little thing here for $1. I'm going to pick it up. Any more than that, and I wouldn't bother. Okay, next thing, we got this for $quarter at a garage sale. Really cool little Hawaiian shirt. Now, I know we are headed out of the season, but this is a super lightweight, ultra flowy. It is obviously vintage. It's been around for a long time, made in Hawaii. And you know what? I throw it up in my store. If it sits there for a year, then it sits there for a year. Or hopefully I discounted enough to turn and burn it. It was $quarter, so I wasn't going to leave that behind. All right, next one we've got here is another thing. This was another thing I got for $quarter. And it says Caverns of Sonora, Texas Explore and Discover. These kind of touristy shirts do really, really well for me. I just make sure I put tourist in there, souvenir. These sell like gangbusters over on Depop. So this is on a Gildan single heavyweight or ultra cotton. This is probably like a 2012 shirt, I would say, just judging by that. Let's see, made in Haiti. Yeah, probably like a 2013. I would say maybe a 14, but it's loose, it's baggy, it's skate aesthetic. It's got like piratey things on there. You know, I'm putting Halloween in that description as well. I'm so happy to see you, Shauna. People will want that for winter travels. Yes. Oh, the shirt. Yeah. And that is the thing too. So on my descriptions, that's a really good point. Thank you actually for bringing that up. Purple, thanks for the follow too. So in your descriptions, don't forget to put cruise. Any of my Hawaiian shirts, I put cruise down the bottom now. The ones where I've put cruise are selling faster because you got to think about, so women, little 4-second lesson here. Women, when they are looking for something, they're looking more for a feeling. So what does the shirt feel like? What's the material? What's it made out of? How can I wear it? What am I going to accessorize with it? Guys tend to think of more of something like practical. So when they're in the search engine, they're literally typing in like need shirt for cruise. Wife wants me to have shirt, lightweight shirt vacation. That's what they're typing in. So I always think about that with men's clothes. Like, what is this guy going to type in here? And I want to put that down. Okay, the next thing we've got here is a Dickies. This is a medium. I thought this was going to be a flex fit. It's not. This is going to be a little bit older than I think I even thought it was. So this is workwear and all those things, but this is also metal, punk, post-hardcore, hardcore, skate, streetwear, hip hop. I mean, it's literally every aesthetic you can think of will wear this, along with just straight up mechanic. You can also put biker in there. Those are very big in the Harley community, and also moto, M-O-T-O as well. Pinky, hi Polar Mom. Okay, next one we've got here. This is not a brand that I ever pick up. I don't ever pick up Arizona. However, it does have the pearl snaps. It's in really good condition, and it cost me 50 cents. So let's see, do we have a date? Yeah, made in India. So this is like probably like a 2000. The feel of it feels like a 2013, maybe 14. So it's like a post Y2K, but it's Western wear. I mean, that's just a no-brain pickup. Okay, next one we've got here. This is going to be a that exact same era from Gildan. So this is probably like a 2012 maybe. We got Florida Gators. It's in great condition. Everything is still crisp here. It's not dated or anything, but I can tell just by the tag. You know, one of the greatest things I ever have done is spend time when I'm just sitting around, just looking up tags, learning the feel of tags. Why does a tag feel like that? If a tag has this feeling, it's probably from this era. And I know it takes time, but once you get that, man, and you can date stamp your stuff, it's so much easier. And stuff always sells a little bit better. What we have here is, and I have no idea what this is. This is a tack on Titan. Let's see, do we have a date on here? It feels like a 2019 or 20, maybe 21. So I don't know what this is, but anime stuff. I also will put Halloween. Any anime, any manga, any of that just sells easy for me. The only one that doesn't sell is Naruto, unless it's vintage original, unless it's like the 2002 Naruto. That always sells for me. But Naruto just got so saturated, they started carrying it at Walmart and everything, and that kills a brand. Okay, next thing I got here is an M&M's brand. I Love New York tank. Not something I would pick up, except for it literally is straight up M&M's. It's not like it is a Port Authority that talks about M&M's, or it's some other cheesy brand that you get. You got to be really careful with these graphic T-shirts and stuff like that. You really want to think to yourself, like, is this something that somebody could have gotten at Walmart or in this spinny rack at GameStop or something like that? It's not that they won't sell. It's just that it's going to be way more difficult and you're not going to make much money on it. Yo, Southern! I know the tags because I live the tags. Riz knows the tags. Riz probably knows the tags even better than me. That's got some spots on it, so we're going to put it over there in the wash bin. Now, here's the question that brings up do you wash everything you get from a garage sale? So I do the SNS test, the sight and the sniff. If it looks clean, if it smells clean, then it's probably clean. Most people don't put out tons of dirty clothes at a garage sale. It's not like the bins where it's been touching a bunch of other, funky things, and you get it home and you're like, woo, that's got a little bit of a smell to it, boy. Nope, it is not like that at garage sales. They're usually good. Now, that being said, I've been to some garage sales where I'm like, whoa, I don't know what that scent is, but we're going to have to cover that up in the car. So that's what I do. So if I come across something like that, then I'm definitely going to get it washed. S&S, sniff, and the smell and sight test. S&S, baby. Okay, the next one we've got here is another 25-cent pickup. It says Road to Hana. This is a Maui t-shirt. Really super cool back, super beefy tag. These beefy double back tags are great. You see these and you're usually going to get some money because of that. Let's see, this is dated. Yep, 2012. So we are post Y2K on that. And that is an aesthetic thing, descriptive word that I use, POST-Y2K. You're not saying it's Y2K, you're saying it's post Y2K because it's not technically modern, right? That's a difficulty for us resellers is like, are we supposed to put modern on that? Well, that's not modern. Like there's nothing modern about that. That's literally a 12, almost 13-year-old t-shirt. That t-shirt would be going into high school. Like that's not modern if it had, from the time it's worn. All right, next one we've got is SWC Chemistry Club. What is this? Doesn't matter. Look at that graphic. That is fire. This is absolutely so popular. This even lends into that eclectic grandpa look. It's got the irony. It's ironic. This will sell over on Depop for sure. It is on an old Fruit of the Loom Lofties tags, and I have not seen these loft tags very often. Kind of faded. These are super rare boys. I've only come across a couple of those out in the wild. So it's kind of like a thicker t-shirt. So it's not technically like a heavyweight. It's like the next weight down. But this will sell because of that. It doesn't even matter. This has that whole like Stranger Things feeling to it. That kind of retro feeling. Passes the sniff and sight test. Put it over there. Okay, next one we have here is Rent 20th Anniversary Tour t-shirt. Okay, Google, when did the play Rent first come out?
The date of first publication of Rent was 1996.
1996, 2006, 2026. Nope, that's not right. So we're going to have to do a little research and figure out when did this originally come out, and then we're going to add 20 years to that, and that'll date stamp this. This is a newer shirt for sure. This is only a couple years old. It's got the tearaway anvil tags, but for a quarter, you can't pass that up. The next thing I actually got for myself. This seems so ridiculous, but I freaking love these. I love them so much. I am absolutely keeping these. I don't care what they comp for. They are rad. You want to know what my aesthetic is? Right here, baby. I love these so much. Old school PBS. Oh, you just gave me goosebumps on the money. So Charity got a little something for herself. These were 25 cents. I know. Tell me they're not cute. And they're even actually like authentic Garfield. They're not like a fakey knockoff brand that remade it. These are so cool. All that catitude. I mean, come on. I love that. Okay. Same sale. We got this. This is something I Google lensed while I was there. They sell for about $10 on eBay. It's a Pokemon mat for people to play Pokemon cards on. It was 25 cents. So I picked it up, and that's just an easy, quick list to put up there. I don't buy a lot of Pokemon stuff. I don't know anything about Pokemon. I've probably snoozed on some pretty great things, but I don't know anything about it. So, all right, Riz, are you here? Rent was 1980. It's adaptation of La Baume. There we go. Of course, the Riz knew that. So 1980. So 2000? No, really? Is that shirt from then? With the anvil tag? That would trick me because look at that tag. Isn't that just one of the old Annabelle tearaways? That's amazing. That would be weird. Yeah, Nicaragua, maybe. I don't know. That feels suspicious to me. I'll have to like Google lens that. All right, Riz. You came up at a garage sale today. I love that I'm starting to talk about you guys out in the world. I'm like, oh, my friend on TikTok. So I saw this at a sale, and the guy was like, he's like, oh yeah, because I was looking at shirt button ups. He's like, oh, I've got another little white one over there, and he's like, it's got like embroidery here, and I was like, oh, you mean a Cuban smoking shirt? And he goes, what? And I said, well, I got a friend on TikTok. I call her the Rizwerizer, and she told me that. Now, there is a fancy name for it, and I can't remember it, and I think it starts with a G. And he's like, oh, I'll have to look that up. And I was like, oh, it's really fascinating. I'm not even going to try to say it because I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. But you came up at a garage sale today. So thrifty duckies. So we've got a little shirt here. This is a really cool one too, guys. This has like the 3 buttons in the back. Just really neat, very unique. It's from the Habanera company. It's just a nice little lightweight. It's got the pockets down here with the little buttons. Guya berry, but I'm saying it wrong because I remember you told me phonetically it's different. This is Eclectic Grandpa. That is what that is getting labeled as. I'm going to put that in the wash pile because we're going to try to get that thing crisp. Okay, the next one we've got here is another t-shirt. I probably don't even know what this is. Oh, it's a Zelda. So this is probably one that did come like from the mall or something like that, but I can put it up for $10 and sell it because it's I got it for 25 cents. Now, if you're out in the wild and you're seeing, you know, the screen print tags like this and you're going to pay any more than 50 cents, $1 max, it's probably not worth it because there's probably a ton of them. But Zelda's also one of those weird niches in the video game world. All of us gamer nerds really love Zelda. It like brings back some seriously amazing memories. He needs to be washed, but yeah, it's a great little shirt in quick, easy $10. Okay, next thing we've got here is a jacket that I had never seen this before. It comes apart. So it's got like this inside coat, and then it also has the outer shell. This is a military coat. And you know that because of the, where is it? Is it on this one? Where are you? So you've got the military tag inside here, and then you also have it right here. So this is something that will sell because of that. I sell a lot of military stuff, and I have never seen one of these. I'm going to put this on just so you can see this. This is like about as unique as you can get. I mean, this is like, this thing is cool. This is actually, man, I look kind of good in this. This thing's kind of cool. Oh, the pockets go all the way through. What? What is this thing? I don't even know what this is. We Vita. Yes, thank you, Riz. Look at this yo-yo gem. How cool is this thing? So this is loose, baggy aesthetic. This is streetwear. This is hip hop. And then it also comes with this inside of it. It buttons so you can remove it. This is probably like an $80 jacket, I would guess. It's all going to be in how I describe it, though. And that is definitely going to help in the descriptions. Let me grab a little drink. Any questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, guys? Did I miss anything? Emma. Okay. Next up, we got a little hat here. These sell really well for me. So think of, this says Miss Saigon on the back. I don't even know what that means, but this is a total Y2K. Oh, excuse me. This is a 1988. No, cannot be. Miss Saigon must be trademarked then. This is not a 1988. So these were really super popular, worn by worn by moms in like 2005, but typically hipsters are going to wear this. So this is a total like hipster musician style hat. Think about like an indie coffee shop guys wearing this. It's this kind of look, but it also has that like Ed Hardy throwback-ish look. It's got the distressed edges. I'm pretty sure you just be buying stuff that you find in your wardrobe closet, right? No doubt. Hey, if you find an aesthetic you like, you stick with it, right? All right, next up, we got a banger, guys. Are we ready for a banger? We haven't even come across the real vintage yet. When you guys see some of this stuff, you're going to freak out. Okay, banger. Anybody know about these? I saw these shiny, brand new bad boys. Look at that. Not a spot to be seen. Saw these sitting over at a garage sale. Same one I got the farm outfit on, and then same one I got that little leather purse from. Dude, fire, right? She wanted 20. I ain't paying 20 bucks at a garage sale. So I talked her down to 10 bucks for these. These comp for, if I'm correct, I believe they're around $80. Yep. These are the Pendleton recycle clips. And these are like, look at the condition of these. These are like, she bought these and I don't even know if she ever even put them on. Like they are crisp inside. Look at that. Size 39, so that's going to be a 7. I think that's a 7, if I'm not mistaken. So those are great. That's a nice little like 30, or I'm sorry, like probably $80 flip right there would be my guess. How do you store your inventory? I actual use. Yeah. So after I list it, I have a room I put it in and I do it by SKU numbers. Before that, girl, my house is a hot mess. A little bit of here, a little bit of there. If you haven't been in my garage yet, we're gonna be having another garage moment. When garage sale season slows down a little bit, we're gonna be getting in that garage. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, how many boxes of stuff you got? Okay, next thing, found these at a sale. First, I'll show you what I found first. So first I saw that and I was like, that is a pair of that is a vintage Cars top sheet. I'm like, I know what that is. So I'm like, God, what if I could find the set? What if I could find the actual set and have the pillowcase and I could have the bottom sheet? What if that happened? And it happened. This entire set was $2. And that is bottom sheet, that is pillowcase, and top sheet. So this is bananas. You don't usually find these like this. And this is in great condition. Look at that. We don't even have like a bunch of pilling or anything on that. So that is absolute fire. But I kept digging because I'd be at a garage sale and I'm like this. That's how I get my squats in, right? I'm digging through boxes. And then I came across this. And I saw Ariel and about lost my mind. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want bottom sheets? I've got plenty. And a pillowcase, it's more. So we got pillowcase too. This thing is actually lit. Look at the color on this still. I'm sorry. Excuse me? We are talking bright. Like, did this even go on someone's bed? Like, so crazy. I got this whole set for $2. So we got a vintage Cars. We've got vintage. I mean, it's crispy, you guys. It's literally like, did they even use this? Crazy. I don't know how to fold a bottom sheet, so that's how it's going to go. We're going to have husband do that. Okay. Next up is, I'm not a domestic girl, guys. I just am not. New bag. All right. One of the last garage sales of the day, I was on the way to my third community sale. No, just kidding. I was on the way back from my third community sale. Saw a little sign. It was getting late. I pulled up. I could tell she was packing up. I was like, can I just take a look at a few of your things? I actually went to quite a few of these kind of sales today. And lo and behold, we had a nice little pair of women's size 10 Keens. I wish that I had got these beginning of summer, but they sell all year. Unfortunately, the size tag was gone, but I asked her, she's like, I'm a 10, those are mine. So I know that they're a size 10. I will still show measurements in my listing. So if you've got shoes that the size tag is gone, let's see, I usually keep like a little measuring tape somewhere. I don't know, but you can just put the measuring tape inside, take a look and just show it that way. Unfortunately, they're not like Chacos or something that have the size on the back. So they're just on the inside, but they're in great condition. They're in okay condition. And I did our test. Do we remember our test? Right? Scrank. Do we see any bubbles? Nope. Do we see any like splits? Nope, don't see any. Saw a couple pairs of shoes today with those splits. And I was like, your shoes got dry rot. And they just look at me and they're like, I'm like, never mind. I'm like, you want to sell them, that's your business. But those are going to fall apart on the person you're selling them to. Okay, next up, another item I would not usually pick up. This is a really, really interesting one for me, but it was at a sale. This thing was 50 cents. And you open it up, drum roll, please. It's got this little thing in here with the little like tassel-y things. And then it's got another thing with the little tassel-y things. And what it is it is a wand. And it is for, I will show you here in a second. At first, I thought it was Mr. Potter, but I was like, nah, that doesn't look like it is. So I flipped over the bottom. And anybody know what this is before that? Anybody know? Any idea what that'll sell for? Are you talking about the sheets? What are you talking about, Katie? Okay, this is Fantastic Beasts. So, and this is like literally brand new. Like it hasn't been used. I think I'm probably the first person to take it out. Is it a crazy buy? No. I mean, it's probably like 15 bucks or something, but I think I paid either 50 cents or $1 for it. So I'm not going to snooze on something that's new, especially going into fourth quarter. Yeah, it looks like Harry Potter. The sheets, I don't know, Shauna Lynn. I don't think I've ever had a full set to sell before. I've sold a Beauty and the Beast pillowcase for like $18. I sold a Ninja Turtles bottom sheet. I sold a top Star Wars sheet. So not out of my personal stash. It was one I picked up at a garage sale, and I actually already have it because that's who I am. If you can't tell, I like Star Wars. Oh, got to do a little puzzle piece. And so I don't even know. Anybody have any ideas? I know vintage poo blankets sell well. Oh yeah, I bet. Okay, so this is a band called Sayazin. A lot of you probably have never heard of it. Some of you may have. Riz probably knows who this is. This is also like a collab shirt. So you've got you got a couple different things going on here. You've got the Misfits themed skull. You also have Bart Simpson, and then you also have the I guess it could be classified as like an emo / pop punk band. They'd probably say they're post-hardcore, but that's a conversation for another day. And that's a little banger. I got this because I was at a garage sale. This lady had a Bad Religion t-shirt on. And so I was like, hey, do you guys have any band shirts you're trying to get rid of? So she ran inside and got this. She said her husband had a whole bunch. I got excited. And then she came out and she said, oh, he's not ready to part with them yet. Oh, dang. I was going to ask her to leave my phone number. She got talking to another customer. And I could tell I was kind of getting the brush off. The guy came out and was like standing on the front porch like this. And I was like, oh, that guy knows I want to resell them. So I was like, all right, I'm out of here. I mean, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff, right? Moving right along. Okay, what do we got next here? We have another little lightweight. Again, these denim and flower ones do really well for me. They do better in summer. They're total like preppy, total frat boy, total college style, but they're also like a vacation-y kind of shirt. This is a obviously a new modern shirt. It's a USA medium, which is not totally ideal, although a lot of the guys that wear this style are that size. So I don't do terrible with mediums in this. I usually won't pick up smalls. Smalls are a little bit too small. Mediums do great. Larges do great. Weirdly enough, the extra larges in this don't do as well for me. Probably just because the aesthetic of the person. I'll probably get 12 bucks for that, but I paid $1 for it. All right, next thing. I'm the holler for $1 girl. Hey, Callie. Oh, Tenacious T is here. Okay, next we've got is a little Ralph Lauren, a little button up. It's nothing fancy. This is a bread and butter. It was $1. It's got the little button on the back, which gave it just a little bit of flavor. A lot of times when I'm looking at stuff like this, that's a little bit more plain, I'm looking at a couple things. Of course, I'm always checking the buttons when I'm there, or at least if I remember. One, how does it feel? This is a really nice soft cotton. It is 100% cotton. It is a little bit of an older Ralph Lauren, but most importantly is right there. So this is an XLT, which stands for extra large tall. So when companies make clothing lines or make a shirt, they're going to put out a lot of larges and a lot of just like XLs. Those are going to be like their main sizes, right? Some mediums, a few smalls, but you start getting into 2XL and they make fewer. You get into 2XLT, it's even fewer. And so people that wear this size, they will buy it. They will pay whatever. They will not haggle with you. They won't care if it has a little spot on it. I will sell those big size stuff all day long. And I can usually even get a couple dollars more for it than I can if it's just an extra large. Our next item here is a Tommy Hilfiger. This is a classic fit. Coupe Classic. I'm going to guess this is like a 2012. I could be totally off on that. Let's take a look here. What do we got? 2014. So this is a 2014. So post-hardcore. These just sell. I mean, for me, it's like a bread and butter. Now, here's the caveat, and this is very important that I tell you this. Kelsey Mellow State made such a great point about this too on a video that she had done. This kind of stuff is great as bread and butters, but only get them if you're getting them for super inexpensive. I got this for 50. This one I got for 50 cents. You're getting it for 50 cents. I'm going to sell this for, $13 or $14 probably, somewhere in there, after we wheel and deal and haggle. So my markup is huge. I'm making that's a great profit on that. But if you're getting these for $4 or $5, it is absolutely not worth it. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get into this vintage fire, you guys. All right, this was at the first sale of the day. Second sale of the day. And the lady actually was like such a Karen. It was so weird. I walked up and I said, hey, Emily. And she's like, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm great. She's like, what are you looking for? I was like, I'm looking for like men's stuff, like jeans and shirts and coats and stuff. She said, what size? I said, kind of a variety. And I said, shoes too. She's like, what size? I'm like, kind of a variety. She's like, okay. She's like, well, I don't have a lot of that. I had it at the last yard sale and now I don't have much, but I have a couple things in there if you want to look. And I'm like, there's like some Van Heusen ties and stuff. And there was like nothing much. And I was like, do you want me to put this on the table or anything? She's like, no, I've got it. Maybe when my sister shows up that you'll be able to get. It was just so weird. I was like, do you want to sell anything to me or are you just having a bad day? I'm not having a bad day. I'm garage sale and I'm having a great day. So I was like, just look through this stuff. So at the very bottom of the tub, I found this. This is an old school Abercrombie and Fitch jacket. This is such a perfect time of year to be selling this. It has the zip that goes in here so it can be breathable in the armpit area. It's in a really good shape for being as old as it is. It's got like the wet bottom. So this is technically like an outdoor snow-like jacket. I'm going to say that this is probably like maybe 2009, somewhere in there. I'd have to say it would be my guess. But I'll have to date it. It may be older than that. It definitely has like a funk to it, though. That does not pass the smell test. So that's going in the bucket. Okay, make sure that the stiff stuff didn't pick that up. Nope, we're good. Okay, so this is actually what I got at the first sale. So the lady down the street, I gave her my change. First thing we got is a Precious Moments nurse's shirt. Precious Moments is obviously having a little bit of a moment because of the altered Precious Moments. I am not buying Precious Moments figurines. I am not encouraging that you buy Precious Moments figurines, but anything kind of pop culture-y like this in the nurses stuff, these sell for me almost immediately. Any sort of scrubs, smocks, just make sure in your descriptions you do things like Arizona, yo, yo, yo. Anything that you get that's like this, make sure you put in the thing like caregiver, home nurse, like don't just call it just a regular scrub or smock. Artist, I put all that stuff down in there because people wear this. I mean, I was at the CVS pharmacy the other day and the guy behind the counter was wearing it and he was just like a helper, was wearing scrubs. So anything you could think of, put in there. Let's see, what was Riz had a question, I think. Where'd it go? What is your best Ralph Lauren style to sell? Blake, etc. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Any style is good. I do sell actually quite a bit of Blake, but any style is good as long as it's vintage. I don't mess around with any of the newer Ralph Lauren stuff unless it's like, I love anything in a polo. Anything in a polo, I'm all in, but I always veer towards the older stuff. It just sells better for me. I think there is so much newer Ralph Lauren on the market that your stuff has to be really new with tags. If I can come across any Ralph Lauren like button up or button downs that are new with tags, I'll get them. But otherwise, I've had them sit in my store for just a little bit too long. But if it's the Y2K anything, unless it's like, looks like anything like Cabin Core or Lumberjack, I'll pick up. And I don't care what subsidiary part of Ralph Lauren it is. I will pick it up if it has anything to do with like Cabin Core or Lumberjack. Okay, next one we've got here, same exact reason I picked this up. This is a Looney Tunes one. Looney Tunes is super hot right now. This I can mark up in my store way higher than I normally would because it's got Christmas. So I'm going to be able to get probably like reasonably like $10 more for this time of year than I could say on January 2nd. So we're going to get that in our store pretty gosh darn quickly. All right, we made it through another bag. And then the last thing I got at that yard sale was this one. This is a little Champion. It is not super old. Let's see, what year was this? Oh, I'm just kidding. This is a 2005. So this is Texas Longhorns versus Colorado Buffaloes. I sell a ton of Texas Longhorn stuff. I cannot keep Colorado Buffalo stuff in my store. It always sells out. I will probably be able to get over $40 for this t-shirt. Depending on how saturated the market is, I'm going to have to look. But it's got the CM on it. It's got the date, Houston, Texas. It's a super fire. Double XL. I mean, come on. You can't make that up. All right, next bag. All right, we got some vintage fire in here. So I went to the sale. There's a little old grandma. Her entire yard is cottagecore. She's got a bunch of like her clothes, which like there was some old vintage stuff in there, but it was like really, really old suits, but not like the kind that like would go for right now. They're just like, not my jam. Maybe you guys would have gotten them, but they're not my thing. But at the back, I see what was probably like all of her husband's old stuff. And then I started going through the racks. This guy comes over, her grandson, and says, hey, he's like, how's it going? I'm good. I knew he knew that I was a thrifter. I knew he knew it. So I'm picking up stuff. He's like, some fire over here, right? And I was like, dude, there is some fire. So we get up to the front and he's looking through everything. He's like, you a thrifter? And I was like, yeah, you know I am. And he's like, yeah, I told my grandma, stick all your old stuff out here. He's like, people will come by and buy it. I was like, oh yeah, she's just waiting for me. He's like, I did sneak a little something out of the pile before everything got put out. I was like, what? He pulls out like a 1984 zip up Nike jogger. I'm like, ugh. It's like $150 jogger. He's like, yeah, grandma's not selling that, but we got fire. All right, take a look here. Oh, I missed a couple things. Let me catch up. Yarmouth. I think I might have one in my store right now, unless it's sold. Again, I just don't really go for that quite as much. I'm watching for work, haven't had time to say hi. Nurse. Okay, check out this thing. Ready? Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Look at that tag. Oh my goodness. Look at this jacket and tell me this isn't fire. It's so bananas and shake. It's so good too. Any cough drops in here? No, no cough drops. Any tissues or dog treats? No. I mean, it's got the nylon on the outside. It's got fleece up top. It's total color block. It's total kid core. I mean, this is amazing. Hook back. It's in such good condition. It's got the inside pocket. Look at the fleece on this. It is so fire. I love it so much. I'm so excited about this one. Oh, we're gonna do really well with that one. All right, we're gonna start throwing stuff on the couch. Next thing at that sale, are you guys ready for this one? So this is definitely made in the USA. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Look at that tag. What? Look at that. I mean, you cannot make this up. All of this stuff, by the way, was $1 each. Look at this. It's definitely got some pilling. I'm going to have to do our fabric shaver over it, but it's got the stretch cuffs. It's got stretch tops, stretch bottoms. I mean, this thing is insane. You want me to model that jacket? Let's take a look. Let's see. Let's unzip it. I mean, this thing is just like, this is sickeningly rad. Look at this coat. You cannot even. If I didn't live in Texas, I would keep this. This thing is legit fire. Look at that pop top with the pop collar. I can't even. Who has this out of a garage sale? By the way, these were sales I went to at like 12:30 in the afternoon. This stuff had no business still being on the racks. And I know there'd been other pickers through there because like this was the same community that the guy said that all of his polos had been taken, his Y2K polos. So you just got to be willing to dig, baby. You got to be willing to get in those trenches. All right, next one we've got here. This is a made in the USA, baby. Made in the USA. Where is it? Made in USA, Walt Disney. Nice little t-shirt. It's got Mickey. This is minimalist, basic. Vintage Disney does well for me. I do not pick up new Disney to resell. I even have new Disney, new with tags in my store that I can't give it away. Gracious, such memories. I know, right? Oh, there's enough for everybody to do this. Anyone that tells you that this is saturated has lost their mind. Like there is so much room for every reseller, and I totally agree with that. All right, this next one here, this is BioWare. So this is a video game. I would keep this as well. This is Mass Effect. I would keep this if I lived in a cool climate. It's got the stripe down it. We'll probably end up getting like $80 for this hoodie, depending on depending on how many there are. So when you're out and about, if you guys see this right here, BioWare or Blizzard, don't snooze. Always pick it up. It means it's a video game inspired item, and they fetch money. Money. You can sell so much. All right, are you ready for a legit vintage item? All right, is everyone ready for the throwback? You're about to have memories of like your dads and your grandpas. Are we ready? Look at this shirt. You cannot make this up. This is as vintage as you can get. This is straight out of 1981, maybe earlier, and it is a little original polo-ish style button up. I got to straighten the buttons here. I mean, it's got the old school Riz. Look at these old school buttons. Like, it's got the old little tiny buttons. You don't even see those anymore except for on like kids onesies or something. So this is a campus sport. Never heard of it, but we got made in the USA, baby. Scream soccer, absolutely. Soccer, rugby, tennis, baseball. I mean, this thing is like, come on, $1. All right, that needs to go on the wash thing. Now I can see a little stuff on the collar. We got to get that off. All right, another one here. Now, Riz, these are my bread and butter right here. So just straight up polo, Ralph Lauren, Y2K, XL, flat black, horizontal stripes. You got red and maroon. We got the red pony. This thing is in really good condition. This is probably like a 2004, I would say. And that'll sell all day, every day, probably over on Depop. Another one here, same exact situation, same era, same year, tag feels the same. In great, this is a custom fit one. So this has like the, it's kind of like almost like a chevron knitting. I don't know what it's called. Riz probably does, but this is also going to get tagged with Christmas because it's red and then it also has the green pony. So somebody can wear this to their, holiday party, and maybe they work for a tech company or something, and everyone's gonna be like, dude, is that vintage? That's amazing. That's super fire. That's fly. Okay, next one we've got here is a Sean John. Now, I don't pick these up normally. However, this one does have the tag. It's got the $54 tag on it. This is just not something I normally would get, but it's hip hop, it's streetwear. It's not a crazy seller, but with the new with tags, this is obviously dead stock. So for $1, there's no way I'm going to snooze on that. And we're going to tuck that tag back in there because we do not want to end up with ripping that tag off. That would be tragic to say the least. Next thing we've got here is a pair of Levi's. Y'all know I love my Levi's. But do you know when I love Levi's even more? I love Levi's even more when they got the orange tag, baby. So we got ourselves a little pair of vintage. These are probably 94s. Oh, 94. She good. Yep. So we got 1994 right there. And these are in incredible condition. One little distress mark on the front here. Oh, no, just kidding. It's just a little bit of goober. So we're going to have to wash those. Zip fly black. I don't think I have ever come across a pair of black 517s with the orange tag. I think this is my very first pair. So these are absolute insane fire. They have been in a closet for many, many, many years. I am going to have to wash those, but those are incredible. Okay, moving right along. Should we do a little bit more fire here? A little more vintagey fire? Okay. These I got for myself at a garage sale for 25 cents. Nice little pair of breathable. Charity gets sweaty when she's garage sailing shorts. So those are going in my pile. We've got this is a Tommy Hilfiger. This is a TLC, the Lifetime collar. So something fancy. This is a really, really nice little checkerboard. Let's see, what year do we got on this? It's got extra buttons. This is a 2005, so it is almost vintage. I mean, I'd probably be safe putting vintage on this because, I mean, if it doesn't sell in the next 2 months, it'll become vintage. So this is in really good condition too. It's super crispy. This is going to get Christmas. This is going to get holiday. It's got the red. It's got the green. This is office party. Same situation. I am on the hunt, guys, for holiday stuff. All right. Fire, 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 fire. Are you ready? You guys, if you appreciate vintage stuff like I appreciate vintage stuff, y'all are about to freak out. This was the find when I saw it. I literally was like, I had to control myself at this yard sale. I literally gulped. So when I get really nervous about something, I make this huge gulping sound. I can't do it unless I'm nervous about it. Otherwise, I would do it for you guys. But it happens when I'm nervous. And I gulped so loud, I swear it like echoed through the woods. So look at this. Are we ready? Dude, this is a vintage Aspen made in the USA XL. This is the powder line. I didn't think I'd ever find one of these. These are like impossible to find. It even still has the leaf on it. You can't find these. This doesn't exist anywhere. This was $1 at a garage sale. Look at the condition of this. I mean, can you freaking even? Look, I have goosebumps. Look at this coat. Look at this freaking coat. Ah, come on. But wait, Hilla says, wow. But wait, there's more. Ready? It's got the rollaway hood. It's still here. The hood's in here. This is this has got to be $100 jacket, more. It's got to be more than that. I am going to ask a penny for this. You can't find these. This does not exist. This is not real. I can't even believe that I found this. I mean, this is just so crazy. This is just so crazy. This is stuff. I can't even get over it. Sometimes I see the stuff I got. I'm like, how did I even find that? Okay, here we go. We got more, but wait, there's more. Okay, what do we got here? All right, nice little pair of pants. These are a 32 size 13. Look at these. These are Rocky's jean wear. Look at that back. I mean, look at that. Total mom jean, no back pockets. It's got the balloon parachute sides. It's got the slant sideways small pox. High rise. This is probably like a 13. I mean, these are just absolutely gorgeous. They're like a really beautiful blue indigo color. We're going to do really well with these. These will probably end up selling over on Poshmark. Next thing we've got here is something I got, and I got another one for myself, guys, 25 cents, because I'm a Texan now. I don't have anything that's Texas because technically, obviously, I'm from Seattle. You can tell by my hair, but I got this for myself. It was 25 cents and it feels like home. Hi, Texas, I'm here. Finally got my Texas ID too. I've been rocking a Washington State ID for way too long. So got that. And then I found this. And this is just absolutely bananas. Look at this. So we got Tennessee River is the brand. It's a medium. This is a made in Mexico. So this is going to be a Y2K. Look at this. Come on. Rolling Stones. It's got them an old school. Ooh, is there a date? Is there a date? 2004, 2004, 2004. It's a vintage. It's a vintage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. What? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh my God, it's a vintage. It's a vintage Rolling Stones. Oh my God. We're gonna clean house. Insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I didn't know that's vintage. I didn't even know it. Woo. Oh baby. Oh baby. Sorry guys. I was not expecting that. Okay, next up, we've got a pair of vintage Wranglers. These are a beautiful green color. They are barely worn. Oh, and they're made in the USA. Stop. Stop it. I loaded this stuff up and I didn't comp anything because I was talking to the lady and her mom about them replacing their grass in their front yard. So I didn't comp any of this. Made in the USA Wranglers. Dang, those are fire. Those are beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous holiday green. I'm telling you, next to Texas, y'all have some fire. No, don't come on down. Don't come into my neck of the woods. What's really crazy though, is I want you to think about this. I'm outside of Austin, you guys. There are more pickers in Austin. LA, Austin, New York. Biggest pace for pickers on the planet. And I'm still able to find stuff. Man, there is stuff for everyone, right? All right, next up, we've got another pair of these Wranglers. What are these? These don't look quite as, oh God, no, are they old? Oh my gosh, I think these are old too. How is this happening? How are we getting this much stuff that's this old? Crazy. Whoa, what are these? Oh, these are these. Okay, I was like, these are not Wranglers. These are definitely a Y2K. No doubt about it. You can usually tell. So this chevron back here, now you'll see some new reprints of this, but you're not going to get that beefy stitching. Like, listen, and I will do this at a garage sale. I will literally put something against me and I will listen. And if it sounds like, I mean, I don't have anything here, but if it sounds like this, like nothing, that's fast fashion and that's probably not new. You go like this and you hear that beefiness and you know that is older. And it looks like they've cut off the hems here, still upcycle, raw edges. We will sell those puppies. Okay, next ones we've got here is a pair of, this is not a brand that I was familiar with. They're just called Blue Jeans, but I got them because this tag inside says assembled in Mexico of U.S. fabric. So these are definitely still vintage. And I'll just list them as that. They're like a vintage mom jean with the small waist, the big sides. Those will probably end up selling on eBay or Poshmark would be my guess. Okay, now we've got let's see, what do we got here? We have a Texas. Look at this, guys. You see that tag out in the wild? Your booty better be picking that one up right there. So this is a Texas heavy cotton. This is definitely a Y2K Texas shirt. This stuff always sells well for me. Academia, university, preppy style, PREPPIE, also PPY. It has so much different like trigger words and aesthetic stuff you can do for that. Frat, college. I mean, there's a million things you can do. Loose, baggy, student. It doesn't matter if it's not a college shirt. All of that works for that. Next thing we've got here is a little Nike. This was 25 cents. Otherwise, I probably would not have picked this up. This is clearly a newer Nike shirt, a slim fit. It doesn't even have the date. It probably isn't going to have a date tag on. Oh, no, it might. Let's take a look. It feels new. Oh, no. Oh, wow. This is older than I thought. This is a 2010. Wow. This is a Y2K. This must have been, Nike was one of the early adopters for the screen print. So you can get tricked every once in a while. But for this to be a 2010 and have that screen print tag that good is pretty impressive. So this is like sports, baseball, all of the things. I think I need to clean that one. No, it's got a little funky feel to it. And then I saw this. And I saw this on the way out. I have no idea what it's going to comp for, but it's definitely an old Victoria's Secrets bag. It has inside of it, maybe you guys know a little bit more about this than I do, but inside of it, it's got like all the different supermodels. Some of the really popular ones, I don't even know who they are. That's how not into women's stuff I am. I don't even know who those people are, but I'm guessing that they are all like very fancy models. And that's going to be really old pictures of them. So I have a feeling this will probably do pretty well. Do you guys know any of these? It's a heavy gauge thread for denim as opposed to ordinary construction thread. Oh, Riz, is that why it has that sound where when I put my fingernail over it, I can hear that like beefiness to it. The inside tag usually shows the year. Yes, and most things, yeah. Does anybody know anything about this? Who are these people? Are these are famous models, I'm guessing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, but Vicky Seekis is gonna make me a little bit of money here on that bag. Okay, next bag up here. This was I think these were the last thing I bought today. I've never seen this. So this is new to me. These are Levi's, but they're like a Levi's camo, which is really strange. I've never seen this. They're a 2013, so it's like a post Y2K, but they're a camo pant, and they have the, hey Riz, what is this called? Let me hold this up. What is this called when it has that extra, like where they put like that extra, like they make the material like this, so it's not just flat down, it's like they sew it like this. I don't even know how to describe it. I see this on a lot of like military style pants. I don't know if it's like for reinforcement or why they do that. But I want to pay $3 for these. You know, I like to do holler for $1. I like to pick these up for $1. But I was like, for 2013, and for me to come across a pair of Levi's I've never seen, ditto seat, reinforced gusset, ditto seat. Okay, all right, cool. So either reinforced gusset or a ditto seat. See, this is what I love coming in here with you guys. I hope that you guys all know how much I value you being in here. One, I got to go through this stuff tonight anyways, and I'd much rather do it talking with you. My husband's working right now. He works online, and so he's still on the clock. And otherwise, I'm just in here doing this by myself. And like, I have all these questions. Like, I Google stuff. It's just not as fun. So I hope you guys know how much value. I want to heart all of you guys out there, friends, because it really is nice to be able to have people hanging out that can appreciate this. Like, my husband's excited I'm going to make money about this, and he loves that I love it, but he's not going to be like, oh, that's fire. Dude, that man just wears whatever clothing I set out in front of him. He had a pinhole in a shirt, in a Motion City soundtrack shirt, and I was like, maybe you should let me just sew and fix that. He's like, oh, it's fine. We'll just buy a new one. I'm like, that's a limited edition Motion City soundtrack shirt. You cannot buy those anymore. And he just looks at me like, I lost my mind, right? Okay. So I love him, but he's not as excited about this. And that's fine. I'm not as excited about putting together and building a video game like he is. So, okay. Next up, we've got is a pair of, this is an old school pair of Calvin Kleins. Of course they're made in the USA. I told you guys we were doing vintage fire tonight. So look at that tag. Made in the USA. These are old school, baby. And they're in crazy good condition. They are not passing the smell test, so they are going to get a little bit of wash, but they're a really pretty, almost like a mix between like a burnt sienna. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? The edges are unfinished. The edges are unfinished. I have never seen this on a pair of pants. Huh. Look at that. It's not finished. It doesn't look like it's selvage. I don't know. Maybe it is. Riz, look at that. It's not even sewn. It's not finished. Whoa. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. All right. We're going to have to investigate a little bit on that one. That's wild. Wow, your decor. Are you talking about Star Wars stuff? Yeah, I like Star Wars. Yeah, it's a raw hem. I've just never seen a pair of pants that doesn't even have, it's not even sewn around it. Edge comes unfinished in extended sizes. Wild, crazy. Okay, next thing we've got here is a Arrow made in the USA. I mean, the amount of, this is skate, this is rock, this is eclectic grandpa. I mean, this is about as eclectic grandpa as you can get. It has that really cool top button there that hides it. This will probably go for quite a bit. I have a really good feeling about this one. I think we're going to do really, really well with that shirt. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good with that one. All right. Next up here, $1. $1, everyone. We have a Dixon Boot Company vintage leather vest. Yes, it has all of its buttons. Its other button is here. Let me button this up so that we can all enjoy this beauty. I mean, this thing is like in really, really good condition. This should do pretty well. This is probably like an $85 vest. Look at that back. And the top has that like, I don't even know what that is. What is this? What is this, you guys? It has like, it's got like a feeling to it. Like it's got like, it's like bumpy. I don't even know what that is. Love the sniff test. Yeah, I don't know what that is, you guys, but this is clearly like a leather situation of some sorts. It doesn't have any other tags in it, but I'll have to investigate the Dixon Boot Company. Oh, it might be Gator. It might be Gator. That could, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. That's a weird one. Well, because it stops though abruptly. So it can't be, I don't know. Oh, I don't know on that one. I don't know. I mean, this thing is like, this is a beautiful vest. This is an absolutely breathtakingly beautiful vest. It even has like that same on the pockets down here. I don't even know if this was ever worn. I don't think this has ever even been worn. This is just hanging up in someone's closet. Oh, that's wild. I don't even know what that is. All right, we're still going. All right, let's do our free bag. So minus this and that. Here's a bunch of stuff. So here's what I do. At the end of a community sale, if it's like the last community sale of the day that I'm hitting, there'll be the people that have given up, right? And they've got like their free tables out. Like the lady the other weekend that snatched the Ducks Unlimited hat away from me, the pirate lady. Anyways, I found free tables. I found a box on the side of the road that said free. So, you know, I pulled my car over and this is what we got. So this is the first thing we got. Pair of Magellan, like duck boots. I always call these duck boots. I don't know what they're supposed to be called. Nice little size 7. Great for winter. They're in great condition. They look like they weren't even worn. Magellan's not a brand I pick up usually unless I can basically get it for free, which we did. So these were $0. So whatever we get for those is going to be a cherry on top. The next thing we got here, and I have to test this to make sure that it works, but it is a Brother Key Touch something label maker, I'm guessing is what this is. Is it ostrich? That's ostrich. Is that good? I don't know. I've never sold anything like that. It's ostrich. Is that a money thing? Ooh, yeah. Can we hit 10,000? Thank you, gracious. Okay, so brother, this is a brother P-Touch. Yeah, if we hit 10,000, it sends a thing out to TikTok algorithms and it re-invites people in too, which is cool. So this was free. I don't know what this goes for. Probably like 25 bucks or something. Probably not something too crazy. Here's another free item I got. I would never pay money for these. I don't do kid stuff, but it's a little pair of Nikes. They're in crazy good condition. Little gunk there. You guys know I'm going to use my power brush on that. Let's see if it says, what is the year on these? 2000. Oh, we gotta get old eyes, guys. We gotta get old eyes out for this. Let's bust out old eyes. For those of you that are new to the broadcast, the nickname for these is Old Eyes. And let's see what Old Eyes says. Old Eyes says that these are a 2017. It's so small because they're tiny shoes. So 2017. So these are a little bit old. I mean, obviously still modern, but that's not going to be something they make anymore. So probably like 25 bucks or something would be my guess on those. Obviously they need to be cleaned, but they were free. Here's another pair of freebies. I got these on the side of the road. These are a little pair of New Balances. Let's see, what are these? These are a size 9. And is there a date on here? I don't pick up a lot of New Balance stuff. I don't see a date. Oh yeah, 2021. So these are a 2021. They're in great condition. They need a little bit of scrubbing on the bottom with the electric scrubber. But yeah, Cruising Nana, guess where I got those? $2 at a garage sale. Gotta have your old eyes, right? Yeah, so New Balances, those were free. I am not going to put those on my couch, actually, or those because they're kind of grody. Those are like totally clean. So all that was free. All right, next thing we got. I paid $2 for this. Ladies, you get to tell me if I made a good choice or not. So y'all know I don't. Oh my goodness, my son just messaged me. How are you doing with TikTok? Is anybody watching? He don't know nothing. He doesn't even come on TikTok. He's like, Mom, you're doing TikTok now? I'm like, I'm always on TikTok now. So you guys got to tell me. I got this for like $2. Did I make a good choice? I've been trying to follow all y'all's advice. So it's got a gold chain. It's a Lily Pulitzer. It needs a little bit of lint rolling, but it is this really beautiful velvet. It's like a blue, like a dark blue color. I don't even think it's ever been used. It's got the magnetic closure. Oh yeah, look, the plastic is still on the magnetic closure. I know Lily Pulitzer isn't as popular as it was at one time, but is this good? I got it for $2. Laurel, Gracious says, nice pickup. What is it? What are these kind of things even go for? Oh, that's cool. Oh, look, you can do it. Oh, that's neat. Well, I love things that do things. So you can either wear it like this, or you can let the strap go down and wear it like you would wear like a crossbody. Oh, that's so fun. Well, look at that. So I don't even know. What do these go for? Cruising Nana says, very nice. More than Ruth. Ruth, give me your hand right now. Immediately put your hand by the screen. High five. Funniest one of the night. Ruth, you just got the 839 huck of the day. That's what we call it in this house. So when you do something really funny, my husband and his dad both laugh like this. They go, huck, 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 huck. And they laugh like that, not kidding. So we call it the huck of the day. You just got the 839 huck of the day. Congratulations. More than $2, she said. Oh, Jack, you can't be in here, baby. There's way too many smells. I know, baby. Oh, you guys got to go out. You want to say hi to everybody real quick? All right. Jack wants to say hi, everyone. You know he has to come on the broadcast and say hello. Hi, baby. Okay, go play. All right, next up we've got you can't be in here, baby. Go. no carpet. He's like, but this is my area. I got these for, she wanted 5. I talked her down to 3. Y'all know I sell Vans, and these are literally like brand new. All I'm going to have to do is run the acetone here. I don't even think I'm going to have to wash these. Look at the insides of those. These are fresh. So we'll probably end up getting like 26 for that, somewhere right in there, depending on how many there are up for sale. Vans shoes are like this for me, because if the market is flooded, meaning that there's a lot of that size up for sale, you got to mark it down. If there's not that many of that size up, and that's like a men's 9, so that's pretty good, then I can always get a little bit more for them. So it kind of just depends on, like, Vans is really like that. It's really market sensitive for how many people there are. Okay, still moving along, guys. All right, dude, fire. Honey, so much made in the USA. Freaking out. Freaking out. And I think I have a vest made of ostriches.
Ooh.
Okay. Vans is tough. You needed to hold or discount. Yeah, and like it's just such, it's really market sensitive. Yard sale I went to today wanted $20 for Vans. And guys, I want you to understand that I went to like 36 sales today, but I didn't buy stuff at 36 sales. I probably bought stuff at 15 of those sales. So a lot of times I'll get like tons of stuff at one place, and then it's like turn and burn. Next one is nothing. Turn and burn, they want too much. Turn and burn, it's all a bunch of garbage. Turn and burn, they're too expensive. Turn and burn, this stuff all smells so putrescent I can't put it in my car. Like, so there's all these reasons why I don't, get stuff. One of the very last ones I went to for the day, I saw a pair of vintage. They weren't Sperry's. Oh, what were they? They were like the old vintage duck boots, the original company. I can't even think of the name right now, but I know they're probably like $32 pair of boots. I was like, oh, how much are you asking for these? Now, mind you, they're packing their stuff up. And I was like, I'm sorry, am I interrupting? The guy was excited. He's like, no, come in here. The woman's like, I'm packing up. And he's like, no. He's like, come in here. So I go in and I start looking. And I asked her how much she wanted for the boots. She said $10. I was like, that's insane. Everything else here is going to be overpriced. Good luck and have fun packing all of this stuff that you drug all the way out back into your garage in your truck. You could tell that the guy just wanted to sell stuff and the girl was not going to have it. So it happens. And what are you going to do? Okay. Next, we've got another little bread and butter. So this is, again, Cruise Hawaiian. This is super old. It's called Pineapple Connection. It's an XLT. So there's no way I'm passing that up. Gorgeous coloring. Again, it's a little late in the season for this stuff, but it'll still sell. Next up, we got another one. This is called Hawaii Blues. This looks like it's probably like a made in the USA. I'm going to have to inspect this tag. But it's really super cute. It's got like the whole like old school, like almost Ocean Pacific look to it, or Billabong from back in the day. And these kind of things just sell for me. Bread and butter, it'll sell on eBay most likely. Next one up, we've got a cool little BKE. So it's a little buckle. I've never seen one like this before. This is a buckle pearl snap. It's got the black pearl snaps, BKE there. Is this dated? Let's take a look. I don't even know that I can guess. Oh, it's got the double back beef tag. So it might be a little older. Oh, nope, it's not going to be. So if you ever see these plastic tags, those see-through ones, you know that it's modern. So this is definitely a modern BKE. It'll still do really well. It's got the short sleeve. It's got pearl snaps even on the sleeve here. So you can, when BKE is putting new stuff out like that, you know Western is super popular. We got a fire one on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a genuine Motor Clothes 2XL. This woman was so upset that her husband had put this out on the table. She's like, I can't believe he put that out there. I didn't even know. She's like, we bought that. It was $145 in Maui. And I'm like, well, I'm buying it from you for $2. So got this. It's got like the back little patch looking thing, not stitched, definitely just a graphic. But the front here has that hardcore. Like these are the kind of graphic ones that are like 3D that don't come off. 2XL, great size. Let's see if we've got a date. Harley stuff is not very good about dating their stuff. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Oh, we might have a date. So 2017. So this is definitely more modern. We'll still do really well with it. Harley stuff is great. I will say that the woman almost broke my heart though. And this is just a reseller in me. I think it's romantic, but I was like, oh my gosh. So her and her husband have traveled around. They always go to Harley stores. So what she's in the process of doing is making him a blanket. So she's cutting up all of his old vintage Harley shirts and turning it into a blanket, which is romantic and it's beautiful and the gesture is great. And I think that that is just so sweet. And they're older, so they've been together for like 50 years or something probably, and it's really romantic. But then the reseller in me is like, oh my God, you're cutting up vintage Harley shirts. Like, oh, super cool. I'm not knocking it. Please know that. It's that like dichotomy of like, oh my gosh. All right. We got these for $3. I have absolutely zero idea what they're going to sell for. They are pure Hustle 2s. They are brand new Adidas. I don't pick up a lot of Adidas because Adidas doesn't sell. However, these are new in a box. These were $3. So there's no way I'm not going to get these. That would be insane. Even if I sell them for $30 or $25, we're still going to make a ton of money. All right, got a couple more bags here. All right, we're going to do this one. Now, these I am going to have to treat with some leather cleaner. I'm going to have to clean them quite a bit, I think, only because they have that like been sitting in a garage smell. I had to tie, I can even smell it right now. I had to tie these up in my car. Now, I've gotten a ton of leather boots and old vintage 70s leather smells like this. It always gets this scent. I don't know why, but it does. But a little Wyman's, a little leather conditioner, we are going to make a fortune on these boots. So when you see these are absolutely insane. Look at these things. Oh my gosh. These are like that old hardcore leather. It's got the stamp on here. These are probably made in the USA would be my guess. I mean, I'm going to have to do some serious looking to figure out. Let's see, can we see down there? We're gonna try to get the other one. I think doesn't have a lace in it. They're definitely vintage. First of all, that is not even a question, unless I'm totally off. Let's take a look here. Gosh, the laces in here haven't even been used. I don't even know if these have actually ever been worn. Proudly made in the USA. No, just kidding. Proudly made in good old Mexico. Okay. So they're made in Mexico, boots. I wish I could get more info on these, but I just don't have. Oh, they have like an old insert in them. That's always fun to find those. So they've been worn, but man, they've been lightly worn. It's like really old writing in here too. So I don't even know what these are. They have an 8 on the bottom here. So I'm going to sand that off with a little sandpaper. I mean, by the time we leather clean these and lace these up and get photographs of these are going to be beautiful. If I had to guess, I bet you once these are cleaned up, we could probably get anywhere between $85 to $100 for these. Those are made in Mexico. The boots sold good. I've sold a couple. Are they Laredo? I don't know, Annie. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think they're so old that they don't even have the other insert. Disgusting. I think they're so old they don't even have a brand in here. And I come across this sometimes with old Western boots, especially like the ones that were like from the 60s and 70s. They don't even have a brand in them. So, and these are old. I can tell even by here, it doesn't even have like the rubber on here is even like that old school rubber, but they're in great condition. They don't have any cracks at the bottom. There's no cracks in the leather. They need to be conditioned really badly. But I got these for $5. So can't beat that. These are going to go back in this bag though, because they have a smell that I can't even describe. You guys know what I'm talking about, that old leather smell. I even brought a little Purell out here for my hands. Like I said, once they get cleaned up, they're going to be beautiful, but they need just a little bit of love. They are gorgeous. They're like a one of a kind kind of thing too. Those are the things I'm just not going to pass up. Custom boots don't have brand, just numbered maker's marks. Yeah, so I got to take those all apart and get in there and kind of look around. Like I said, if I had to guess, I'd say they're probably anywhere between $85 to $100 on those. Would just be my guess. I could be really, really off, high or low. I'm not sure. All right, what else do we got here? We're getting down to our last 3 bags. Shall we recap what we spent again here? So 36 garage sales, spent $132 on everything you've seen. I think we're gonna do pretty well. Okay, this was at a community sale I went to today. I got 2 of these. Wrangler, not something I pick up all the time. However, this is in crazy condition. It's Western. It's the heavy duty versions. She wanted $5 for it. I was like, I'm not paying $5 for that. So I got each of these. I got 2 of them, and I got them for I'm trying to remember, 3 a piece. I got them 3 a piece because I gave her $6. So these are made in Bangladesh. These are obviously not vintage. However, it's the heavy duty work line that Wrangler does. See if we can find out any other information here. 100% cotton, which is obviously what it feels like, but it is a super, super heavy duty cotton feel. Smells clean, passes the test. Really neat pearl snaps, and it's that thick. Listen, it's that super, super thick cotton. And then the other one that we got there, again, don't always pick up Wrangler, but if it looks jean like this and it has that vintagey look to it, it's got the like pearl snaps, that whole thing. I mean, I sell these all day, every day. So I don't even need to comp them when I'm at a garage sale, especially for a couple bucks. All right, last 2 things here we've got. We're going to start with these. These are totally needing cleaning. A little pair of Merrells. They have yucks on the bottom. They are pretty grossy josies on the top, but they're a great size. They're a men's 12. These are a 2017. So some dude that wore these, that loves them, that has worn through them, is going to see these online and buy these. The nice thing about these kind of things is this is the customer that purchases them. They never message me. They don't ask to come down on a discount. They give me a 5-star rating that says great, and then they just move along. So I love selling this kind of stuff because it's just some dude that's been looking for these pair of shoes. He's probably got an alert on his phone for eBay, and that's most likely where those will sell. All right, and then we've got our last 2 things, I think. Whew, holy smokes. Got both of these at the same garage sale. These people were done. They wanted to be packed up, so they were like, give me whatever. So I paid $1 for each of these. Our first pair here is a little pair of bear traps, just like a little low ankle Chelsea-ish boot. Little slip-ons, little workwear. We'll probably get like $20 or something for those. And then last but certainly not least, a little pair of Eastland penny loafers. These sell really well. This style is really popular right now. Has that kind of like Mean Girls or Clueless aesthetic. So, you know, light academia, dark academia, goth. I mean, there's so many things you can do here. Preppy style. It's limitless on this. And these will probably go for closer to like $30 on these. Risner, I will never play Trivial Pursuit with you. I will never play Trivial Pursuit with the Riz either, ever. She will win. She will win everything. She needs to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. She is the smartest person I think I've ever met in my actual life. I picked up Wrangler Flame Resistant last week. I didn't know that they made them. I did not know that either. So that is a fun fact I didn't know. Thank you, Cruisin'. What state are you in? I am in Texas. I am a Texas girl. Every village in Mexico has a custom boot named Jorge or Juan. That is true. I'll call her on Cash Cab. Yes, Riz is our go-to lifeline for Cash Cab. Also for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You know, if they ever bring that back, you're going to be my call to on that. What's the most amount of garage sales you've been to in one day? So last week we did like 46, I think, or something like that. The weekend before that, I did 122. That's the most. That was the community sale that had the map, but it wasn't just a community. It was like literally an entire town. And I went to 122 that day. I didn't stop, I didn't eat, and I didn't use the bathroom until 1:15 in the afternoon. I was so exhausted and so sore for days. 46 is insane. You are wild. Yeah, so I think today was 36, although when I really think about it, I mean, I did 3 communities and then I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just a second, I'm counting 10, 11, 12, 13. So wait, 14. So I did 14 independent ones and I did 3 community sales. So actually we probably did more than 36 today. It's just what I had counted. But guys, here, I'm not buying stuff at all of those. It's not like I walk up and the resale gods part the curtain and they're like, oh, charity is here. Please come forth and receive the fire. That's not the case. I'm probably going to 5 sales, not finding anything, turn, burn, back in the car. If I'm not in and out of a garage sale in 3 minutes, I feel like I've literally wasted so much time. So I am in, I am scan. Shoes. When I first pull up to a sale, I look and I'm like, I look for the bangers. So I'm looking for the rack with the guys' clothes. I'm looking to figure out where the shoes are. And I'm looking for the one item that they don't want to sell. This is going to be my little tip for you guys, and then I'm going to let you go for the night. So when you go to a sale, a yard sale, garage sale, rummage sale, anything, there's always one item that they don't want to sell, okay? This is the item that they spent a ton of money on. They think that they're going to get out of it what they put into it, and it's their like prized item. Now, if I want that item, I'm going to try to get it into a bundle, but usually they're going to fight you on it. So here's what you do. We're going to pretend like this is the prize item, right? This is a pair of Nike, brand new Nikes in a box. You know, the guy's got a price tag on it or the chick's got a price tag. This is $140. I did see that today because someone thinks that they're going to buy a pair of shoes. They're going to buy a $180 pair of shoes for $140 at a garage sale. You lost your mind. You're Delulu, and that's just never going to happen, right? But that's their prized possession. That's the thing they don't want to sell. You're going to get everything else for cheap if they have that one item. So if this is that item, all you got to do is compliment them on it. Oh, wow, those are amazing. How'd you get these? Oh, wow, this is a find. I mean, I don't even know if I want to part with those if I were you. Those are really good. Like those are in crazy condition. Like, are you a sneakerhead? And while he's talking, I'm starting to go through things, right? I'm looking. We've built up a little rapport. We got a relationship. I've complimented him on the thing that he wants a compliment on. And I'm going through stuff and I'm looking and I'm like, hey, how much you got on t-shirts? Are you doing like $1? Now, he might have been wanting to do $3 on those t-shirts, but he's going to do $1. Sometimes they'll even be like, oh, you know what? Why don't you just do like get some stuff together? I'll be like, great. And so if I throw everything together, we can like figure out a price. How does that sound? They say, that sounds great. Or would you? If I bundled all this stuff together, would you be willing to give me a discount, right? So we're putting all that stuff together. And I'm like, man, I'm still looking at those shoes. Those are pretty amazing. It's just way out of my budget. You know, I'm trying to stay on the dollar t-shirt rack over here. Oh, hey, how much do you want for those shoes? I see you got 20 on them. You know, would you be willing to take a little bit lower on those? Now, because he thinks he's going to get $140 for that pair of shoes, he's going to sell me those $20 pair of shoes for $8. So he's going to say, I don't know, make me an offer. I don't know, man. You know, I'm kind of like a $5 kind of girl, but I know that's kind of low. Yeah, I can't do 5. Well, all right. Well, if I'm doing cash today, what do you got? How about $10? Sounds good. If I throw those into the bundle with this other stuff, maybe we can just work it out at the end. I'm getting those shoes for $8 because I'm going to be putting it in the bundle together. So find the prize. Find the prize. That's healthy sales. Hey, you know what? It's all sales. If y'all are married or have ever been in a relationship or even have had a friend, you sold yourself to them. They're hanging out with you because of it. We're all salesmen. Anyone that says that there isn't has lost it because we all sell stuff all the time. Man, my PUD, my power company is a salesman. They're like, you want power? You want to go on TikTok? Is the internet? A Frontier says you want to go on the internet, you want coverage to your house. Well, guess what? You got to give me this money, right? It's everything that's in this house right now is sales. It is what it is, right? Like that's what it is. So I'm not doing anything wrong to this guy. I'm complimenting him on his thing. I'm getting a good deal. He's getting his back scratched. I'm getting my back scratched. He's getting rid of all these t-shirts and stuff that he doesn't want. And most importantly, at the end of the day, he's going to be able to bring those shoes back inside, not sell them because he didn't want to in the first place. And next year when he still has them and I go to his same garage sale, I'm going to get those shoes for $50. All right, we're going to wrap it up at that, guys. I will maybe be back on tomorrow. You know, Sundays is kind of our chill family day. I like to live in pajamas and kind of do my thing, but you never know, I may pop on. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will be making a video to have a little register thing so you can click, get a reminder. We're going to be doing shipping on Monday. I think we've sold like 6 or 7 things already for the weekend. Hopefully there'll be more. Have a good one. Have a blast as always. Thanks you guys so much. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. We got over 10. We found some fire. Had a good time. I learned some stuff. I hope you guys can learn some stuff. And we added value to each other tonight. I really appreciate you coming in. You guys are awesome and amazing. Riz, as always, thank you for all of the things. Nighty night. All right. Night, guys. Take care. Bye, everybody. And if you are still on YouTube or watching this on the replay, thanks for coming in. Same thing. Do the little subscribe button or whatever you got to do so you'll get notifications. I'm live here all the time. Whenever I go on TikTok, I'm also on here, or at least I try to be. So have a beautiful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.